everyone. I'm coming on to give you a quick update regarding the student loan forgiveness program up to $20,000. Also, the approved defense claims that I've talked about. Those that are getting automatic cancellation for their defense claims against schools that have frauded them or overpromised and underdelivered for them, as well as I'm going to be talking about the latest update regarding the student loan pause extension. Okay, so for all of you all out there that have student loans, this is important information for you. I know I am a student loan borrower. I've been following this a lot because I'm one of those that want my student loans forgiven, right? I pay a lot and a lot more. It's getting a lot more expensive for me to pay back my student loans every month, right? And so these are programs we really want to know about, want to keep you updated on, because we've been many of us have been getting student loan forgiveness and cancellation for the past several months. New programs have been launched, but the biggest one, unprecedented one, is the one where we're getting up to $20,000 forgiveness, and for millions, that will mean that you will never have to pay on your student loan again. It will be gone. So the goal of the Biden administration and the Department of Education was to have all of the forgiveness applications processed and the loans forgiven by the end of December. However, there have been lawsuits. Okay, so if you're new to this, there have been lawsuits filed. So there's litigation going on that is putting a pause on us being able, or the Department of Education being able to move full force to process, hit the button on forgiving or canceling all of the student loans that are out there. What I can tell you as of right now, there's more than 16 million student loans that are in queue that have been approved for forgiveness. We're just waiting to get through the litigation. So I'm going to really quickly show you a minute video with Biden, so you can know where we are with this. And then I'm also going to show you my email notification, so you could be looking out for yours, right? If you have been approved, one of those that have been approved, you should have already received an email from the Department of Education informing you that you have been approved, but also letting you know why it is that they cannot just go ahead and cancel it. But they are doing everything that they can, pushing through the court system, appealing, so that we all can get our student loans canceled, either in part or in full, depending on where you fall. Okay, so I'm going to share this video really quickly, and then I'll come back on to share more information. And again, this is President Biden I'm showing right here. This is the latest announcement that he recently made.
Folks, I want to give you an update on my student debt relief plan. As Americans continue to recover from the pandemic, my administration has been working to provide student debt relief to millions of working and middle-class families across the country. But Republican special interests and elected officials sued to deny this relief, even for their own constituents. But I'm completely confident my plan is legal. But right now, it's on hold because of these lawsuits. We're not going to back down, though, in our fight to give families breathing room. That's why the Department of Justice is asking the Supreme Court of the United States to rule on the case. But it isn't fair to ask tens of millions of borrowers eligible for relief to resume their student debt payments while the courts consider the lawsuit. For that reason, the Secretary of Education is extending the pause on student loan payments while we seek relief from the courts, but no later than June 30, 2023, which would give the Supreme Court an opportunity to hear the case in its current term. Payments will resume 60 days after the pause ends. I'm never going to apologize for helping working class and middle class families recover from the economic crisis created by the pandemic. And I'll continue working to make government work to deliver for all Americans, for all Americans. This is important.
Okay, so that was President Biden letting us know that they are extending the student loan pause because they don't want us to have to be burdened with having to pay back, knowing that we are still working on recovering from the COVID-19 pandemic. And you heard him say that there have been several lawsuits uh, that they don't feel are valid lawsuits. They feel like they are well within their legal authority to offer a student loan cancellation. So they are continuing the fight through the courts, taking it to the Supreme Court. So what does that mean for us? What that means is for your federal student loans that are eligible, you will not have to resume payments as that was going to happen at the end of the pause in December. So it's going to be extended as long as they have to up through June 2023. So they're hopeful that they could get this resolved much sooner, but to knowing that what it will take to get through the court system, they're saying all the way up through June 2023. And then after June 2023, your payments would then resume 60 days later. So that's still, again, several months into next year. You don't have to worry about paying. I know it's the holiday season, and we want to have our money freed up to do other things. So again, that is a great thing for me. It's great to know because they raised my student loan payment significantly. Okay, significantly, and they don't take in consideration your bills and all the other obligations you have. It's based on your gross income. Okay, and so whether that's in your business or not, or if you actually have access to it or not, they don't even factor that in. It is what it is. And so I know for myself, on my graduate student loan, it went way up. So I'm expected to pay $600. That's a mortgage payment. So $600 on that one student loan, and my other student loan is $300. Right. So one thing that they did, and I hope they will change with all of this that's going on, is that there are about 770,000 student loan borrowers with federal loans that are actually held by private companies. Now, until I call Navient, and I'm calling out Navient, right? Because they have not, done the right thing. So when I called them, to discuss, what's happening, and, why is my payments not on pause with everyone else. I'm like, I have a federal student loan. Well, they're like, okay, well, it's different because we're holding your loan. And I'm like, well, what difference does that? It's a federal loan that I had no choice in who my servicer was or is. They transfer servicers all the time. And so you may not know that may have had an effect on your ability to even qualify for the pause, and the extension of the pause, or to be actually eligible for the forgiveness, right? So this particular loan, I find out through Navient, is not eligible for forgiveness because of a last minute change that was made once with the program. So 770,000 are in the same boat as me. So if your federal loans are held by Navient, then most likely you are in that number that will not qualify for student loan forgiveness under this one time up to $20,000. So I would advise you to call call the Department of Education, email them, make your voice heard, because our loans that are federal loans should be included in that. So definitely make sure that you make your voice heard, and then I will monitor to see if they make those updated changes or not, or any additional changes based on the lawsuits that have been filed. Okay, so what I'm going to show you next is the email that I received. So if you are one of the 8 million that didn't even have to submit an application, I'm one of those individuals, but I did go ahead and submit an application because they said if I wanted to help with the beta testing, so I submitted an application then. And if you submitted an application through the beta period of time when they were testing, you do not have to submit another application after that. And if you're one of the 8 million, then you are automatically, going to be approved for forgiveness. Okay. So like I explained, I have two different sets of student loans, for one for undergrad and one for my graduate degree, my graduate program. And so I received a notification, and I continue to receive notifications. So that's why it's so important to really check and monitor your emails, know what emails you're giving out, and give out emails that you're going to be responsive to and checking in on, because I know I definitely don't want to miss out on any opportunity to give forgiveness. And if they're asking me to take action on anything, I'm going to drop what I'm doing and I'm going to make it a priority, because we already know I made it a priority to get money in my business. I'm not going to do anything that will hinder that. But I'm just going to show you mine. Yours may look a little bit different. It may say approved at the top. I know one of my peers has said you are approved at the top of her email. Mine says in the body of it that I'm approved. So be sure that you read the entire email that you are given. And again, they may look a little bit different. So I'm going to share my screen again just for a second here so you can know what to expect. So I think this is it. And you don't have to worry about reading it. I just want you to know what you can anticipate it looks like to be searching for this. And so I have this going to my personal email. This is one that I check regularly. So I know what's coming into this email. This is one that is connected, that all my student loan servicers have, the Department of Education have, and they had already let me know that I was one of the ones that was already approved. There was nothing really that I had to do, but I just got this one. I believe it came through yesterday or the day before, and you can see at the top it says update on student loan debt relief and the status of your application. So yours may say that, or it may say, your student loan debt relief application approved, or you have been approved. Let me know if you have gotten this email in your inbox. Just let me know in the comments. Okay. And then so as I scroll down again, you don't have to see all of it. I'm just going to read it to you. And it's coming from the Secretary of Cardona. Lawsuits are preventing the U.S. Department of Education from implementing its one-time student loan debt relief program. We are holding your approved application. So that's good to know that yours is approved. What that means is that the Department of Education has already been in communications with your servicer of your approved student loan, so that the minute the lawsuit's in and they say it's a go, all they have to do is push a button on your student loan forgiven, and whatever that amount is, whether it's 10,000 or 20,000, that will be gone. Okay. So I like the fact that they're keeping us updated on what's going on, because information is power, right? It's power for you to know what it is, what you can do, right? To make your voice heard. You know what's going on and what's happening and what it is that you can do with regards to using your voice. And so it's addressing me to saying that this email is providing me with an update on the one-time student loan debt relief program that President Biden announced on August 24th. We reviewed your application to determine that you are eligible for student loan relief under the plan, and we have sent this approval to your loan servicer. You do not need to take any further action. So, but it also goes on to say, unfortunately, a number of lawsuits have been filed challenging the program, which have blocked our ability to discharge your debt at present. We believe strongly that the lawsuits are meritless, and the Department of Justice has appealed on our behalf. Your application is complete and approved, and we will discharge your approved debt if and when we prevail in court. We will update you when there are new developments. The Biden-Harris administration is committed to helping borrowers as they recover from the pandemic. Education is a great equalizer, and we will never stop fighting for you. And that is from Secretary Cardona. So again, that is the email that I received. Let me know again if you received the email. I'm seeing one of our viewers, shout out Butterfly Ness, who was saying she also got approved for, is that 4,300 to her mortgage. Okay. So that's great. So there are many different programs, still many different relief programs. Congratulations to you. but want to just maintain the focus on the student loan forgiveness program. So know that it's still in effect. I believe to date, 16 million have already been approved. So most likely, many of you all that are watching here today received that approval notice. So go check your inboxes, double check your spam folder just in case it's in there, but it went directly to my inbox. Definitely share this broadcast out with others that need to know this, or tag them in this video, because millions have student loan debt. This program is supposed to help 46 million Americans. That's a lot of Americans. 46 million Americans that this is supposed to help. But unfortunately, again, not a lot of people. I mean, there are some people that don't want us to have student loan forgiveness. Okay. But in the interim, know that I mentioned before, there are other student loan forgiveness programs already at work. There are so many improvements already at play being implemented to the programs, so it makes it easier for the student, first of all, for education and for student loan borrowers. So many changes across the board to all the programs. The programs for the public service workers, the programs for the disabled, the programs for the income-driven repayment plan. So across the board, they're making sweeping changes. They also, in my last video, go check that out if you did not see that, catch the replay. I talked about some of the additional improvements and changes that are being made that are going to be effective in July or by July 2023. So again, that's why you want to stay on top of your student loans, your servicer. Make sure you know who your servicer is and how to get in contact with them. You can find them and get in contact with them. Learn more about all of your loans that you have out, where they are, on the studentaid.gov website. Studentaid.gov website is where you go. Be sure that you beware of scammers that are out there that's trying to tell you that they can expedite it, they can get you approved, they can, get all of these things done. I just told you you can't. You're approved, but it's on pause. So if anybody's telling you anything other than this, they are lying and they are attempting to scam you. Please don't fall victim to any of those scams that are out there. I mean, again, scammers are really good. They have a career at being a criminal and taking advantage of vulnerable people. So please don't let them take advantage of you. The other update I wanted to give is regarding the defense claims. Okay. So the lawsuit, Sweet versus Cardona. I also gave an update on this. I did one or two videos on this particular lawsuit, put out several posts to encourage you all that if you attended one of the 150 schools that were part of the lawsuit, what that meant is that all of you all either had automatic forgiveness or had a chance to get forgiveness, had a chance to have your denials or pending applications reviewed for cancellation. That's a separate program because your school defrauded you or overpromised and underdelivered. These 150 schools were determined that they were held liable for that. There was a settlement, and part of that settlement is that your student loans were canceled. But to submit a defense claim, you had a deadline to be able to do it. That's why I say it's so important to really pay attention to deadlines, because you missing a deadline could have meant that you missed out on you're stuck with thousands of dollars that you could have had canceled, right? So the federal court just approved 220,000 student loan borrowers defense claims under that particular lawsuit. Okay, so you can still file a defense claim that is not related to this particular lawsuit, but those that are related to this lawsuit, like ITT Tech and a whole slew of others. Again, I try to get this information out as quickly as possible so you can take action as quickly as possible. These opportunities like this are unprecedented. They're only here for a specific period of time. And when they say the deadline is up, the deadline is up. Okay. They also issued another deadline for public service workers for the waiver that extremely expedited your student loan cancellation and also resulted in automatic cancellation for hundreds of thousands of public service workers. So the waivers was instituted through the end of October, but with the new changes that will be implemented in July of 2023, the goal is to make those changes permanent. Okay. So I hope all of you all had a chance to get your waivers in, take advantage of that, get your applications in for your public service worker forgiveness. They really made significant changes to that program. And so I'm hopeful that you all will be able to get your student loans forgiven more quickly going forward. Okay, let me just double check. I want to make sure that I mention all of the updates here. Again, I will continue to keep you updated. I mentioned the pause that's been extended. So if you're just tuning in, it's been extended through next year, depending on when they get through the courts. And the courts, the Supreme Court makes a decision on if the student loan forgiveness will be approved. Meanwhile, they don't want us to be burdened with the student loan, the payments. So they have extended the pause for as long as needed up through June of 2023, at which time 60 days after that, you will then have to pay your student loans back. And then I mentioned the defense claims, 220,000 have been approved, and then all of us that have been approved for the up to 20,000, check your emails for those notifications because they went out. Okay, so if you're one of, congratulations if you're approved, but all we need is for them to lift the lawsuits or for the court to make a decision that this is lawful, so that all they have to do is push the button and for all of us to get the student loan forgiveness that we have been approved for. Now, one of the last things I would say is my understanding. I did not check today, but they made an announcement that they were no longer accepting applications. So I would double check. Again, you would know if you go to the studentaid.gov website. But once the other court or the judge made a decision that he decided that it was unlawful, they stopped accepting applications. So my understanding is, as of right now, they have accepted 26 million applications, of which 16 million have already been approved. Okay. And so I see you all out here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know if you are under any of the programs, if your student loan has already been canceled. I know many of my peers have had theirs canceled, and legitimately so, for a number of different reasons. Like I said, so many of us have student loans but are unaware of many of the student loan forgiveness programs. You may also not be aware of student grants and scholarships and forgiveness programs that are available through your employers. More and more employers, not just government employers, are offering these types of benefits, especially since COVID. Okay. So, but oftentimes they don't publicize this, so they don't make a big to do about it. It's really up to you to contact your HR department or whoever handles the benefits, your benefits department, and see what types of benefits that they offer. I know I was able to take advantage, and I got, a scholarship through my company to pay for part of my education. So, that's a part of leveraging your job for everything that you can. Whatever benefit they offer, make sure that you're taking advantage of that, because you leverage that to build wealth for yourself, right? And for those of you that are trying to transition out of corporate America into your own business, be leveraging the benefits that you have to build up a nest egg, so then you can transition into full-time entrepreneurship. Okay, so Cynthia, she's saying that she received the email. That's awesome. Paulette is saying she received the same email and it said the exact same thing. Okay, so that's just confirmation. I'm not the only one getting these emails. I'm glad so many of you all are getting them. Tarmika says she just received it today. Because I know that they're going out. So again, like I said, they started sending these out on November the 20th. They say her loan is not eligible for forgiveness. This is Valerie. Valerie, what type of loan do you have? Is it a federal loan or is it a private loan? I know private loans are not even part of the scenario. And she's saying, Kay Young is saying she has two Navient loans. And I know when I went to Navient's website, they had a big, when you go on these websites, they will give you alerts. It would be like a big banner sign, bold letters. So it's a call out for important information you need to know. And obviously, many of the Navient student loan borrowers have been calling them about the student loan forgiveness. And they're like, well, sorry, there's been a change. And so any borrowers that have a loan through them will not be able to participate. That's so unfortunate. I was approved as well, but it didn't specify the amount. Yeah, so it didn't specify the amount for me either. So I'm interested to know because my undergraduate loan is not for consideration because this with Navient. Thank God my graduate, because that was higher. Okay, so thank God that that's under the pause, and thank God that that is also qualified for the student loan forgiveness. But I had a Pell Grant for my undergrad, so I don't know if I'm going to qualify for the 10 or qualify for the 20. I'll take whatever I can get, but I would really like the 20. That would really take a big chunk out, because for those of us who have had gone to graduate school post grad, we know that it's very expensive. It costs me a lot of money. Okay, so any chunk that I can have taken out of that would be so awesome. All right. So I'm praying for the same for you all. Again, this is a great thing that there's a student loan pause, because it gives you more disposable income that you can use to do whatever you need to do with it. I know some people continue to pay on their student loans. Congratulations to you. I'm keeping mine up. Thank God I have never gone into default. I'm in the income-based driven program. I just need to do some further research, because I really don't trust Navient and what they're telling me. So I need to do some follow-up and try to get on the phone with someone at the Department of Education to validate, right? Don't just trust all the time what one person is saying. Get a second confirmation. Like, just like you go to the doctor, you get a second opinion. If a doctor said one thing, and then you find out from another doctor that it was something different, right? Or they could do something that the other doctor missed. So, don't be afraid to do that and do your research. Go to ed.gov, which is the Department of Education, or studentaid.gov, and read through, research what's happening. Make sure you're up to date. You know what the status is of your loan, what actions you can take, because I wanted to consolidate. And they're like, okay, if you consolidate, well, then that would take your income driven plan back. So before I make any next steps on if I'm going to consolidate my loans or not, I want to make sure I have all the information I need to make an educated decision that's going to be in my best interest, because I don't want any more time tacked on to my loans. But I do know that the improvements that they already made to the income driven based plans is supposed to also help us get forgiveness quicker, right? And that is separate from the 10 to 20 K forgiveness. So again, know that there are many programs at work right now, many improvements right now. So you can wake up, tomorrow or next week and have your student loan forgiven. A reminder, this was the one time only. It is not the only program. So you may just be shocked that you find out one day soon that your student loan is canceled, and you're like, okay, well, where did this come from? Because that's the work that they're doing. And because of this, I'm sure they're working on more ways to get a student loan forgiveness, because the one-time payment is held up. So they're thinking about, okay, how else can we expedite forgiveness for student loan borrowers. And I'm here for it. And I'm here to keep you updated on all the latest updates. Again, I just wanted to check in really quickly to give you this update. Share this out, tag someone you know that may benefit from this. Millions of people are impacted, but a lot of times they don't even know what's going on. There's so many people don't even know their student loans, that they even qualify for forgiveness right now. I can guarantee you that right now. Or that they qualify for other programs that are available. So it's so important that we continue to share and make the impact in other people's lives, because everyone needs the help in these times. Everybody needs the help. We're still getting through COVID, dealing with the recession and inflation. Costs are just rising. It's just crazy right now. So whatever I can do to help bring relief and help us as entrepreneurs and business owners and student loan borrowers, I'm here to do it. I'm wishing all of you all a very blessed and happy Thanksgiving. Whatever you choose to do with your day, let's just, be grateful and thankful for the life that we have, that we're still here. That means that we have a purpose for being here. There's lives that we're here to impact. And, we've been through some tough times, but it didn't break us. It may have shaken us, but it didn't break us, right? And it didn't kill us, and we still here. That means that there's something for us to do, lives for us to be able to impact. And so I just want to thank you, show my appreciation on behalf of myself and the She Boss Talk team, for all of you all that are in our community, that are part of our family. You all are our family. We love you all so much. We appreciate you all for showing up for us, for sharing all of our videos and our content and our resources, the lives and businesses that you have been impacted, the lives and businesses that you have saved just from a simple share, just from calling your friend and your relative or your neighbor or your fellow business owner and telling them about programs that we share here. Know that you are a savior. You are saving lives and you are saving businesses, because the businesses that we come across, many have lost hope. Right? Many are on the verge of going out of business, and we've been able to help save them to be able to sustain and pivot and scale. That a lot of that has to do with you, because if we could not reach these people, then we would not be able to help them. So we thank you all so much, and we will continue to work to bring you more and more programs that are going to benefit you all as well. And ladies, I encourage you during this Thanksgiving holiday extended weekend to go apply for our grant if you haven't done it already, our She Boss Sub grant, for your chance to win cash and prizes that is really going to help you take your business to the next level. I would encourage all of you entrepreneurs and business owners out there to there's still time. This is the biggest time of year to make money in your business, to get sales. There are so many people that want to support you. They want to buy from you. Please have something for them to purchase. They need you. People need you. You are a solution to somebody's problem, but you can't solve their problem if they can't see you. So I challenge you, the challenge is still on, the visibility challenge for 30 days to get visible in your business. Start showing up in person and online wherever you can, whenever you can, to talk about yourself, to talk about your business, your expertise, your products and your services. Share tips and strategies. You want to attract the right people to you, right? And make this money. So get out. I know I'm supporting Alicia Norris and her husband. They're here in Cleveland, Events on Ridge, on Small Business Saturday. So that is a big day of the year for small businesses to support. Right? It's businesses and organizations have a day that they are supporting us, and they support us throughout the year. So take advantage of these opportunities to really make some significant money in your business. Last year, $20 billion came into small businesses. So we want to continue to do that, continue to support your small businesses and your small business peers, as you want people to support you. Go out and support somebody. I'm going to be supporting her. She's also got the opportunity to be the Small Business Saturday champion with American Express. Go to the American Express website. Go get your Small Business Saturday advertising gear. Display it at your shops. Display it on your social media. Sign up if there's still time to be a small business champion. Go find a small business champion and go to their event and support them and get supported, be a vendor, right? So there's so many opportunities there. I'm going to be supporting her in Cleveland, Ohio. If you're in Cleveland, Ohio, join us there on Saturday from 4 to 7. Events on Ridge is where we'll be at in Parma, Ohio, and I hope to see you all there. I love meeting you all. I've been on the road, and everywhere I go, I was in DC, I was in Tennessee, and then I was in Virginia just a few days ago. And in every location, I've been able to meet many of you all out there. So everywhere that I'm going into 2023, I want to see you, right? So I'm going to be in Virginia Beach in May. If you're going to be in Virginia Beach in May, let me know. Definitely want to meet you there if you are in Virginia Beach. And then again, we'll be on tour. And so as we move to a new state, I will be letting you all know. So hopefully we can meet up, have some synergies, getting some collaborations going. That's what it's about, taking it from online, getting in person, and making things happen. So go make some things happen. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your loved ones. Have a great day. Have a blessed Thanksgiving. And I'll see you here on Monday. Bye.